we want to understand a little bit more about DSP's approach around investments. See, you are a mutual fund company. Responsibility is very high, regulatory side, as well as people are investing with various size. Depending on their size, their risk appetite for that money. We just want to know, how is your team, how many fund managers, how is your analysts working, research team, along with that, how you guys will select the sector, or whether you guys regularly do a sectorial shift along with the market cycles. Under each sector, how you select stocks, maybe a flexi cap, how you select, for a large and mid cap, how you select, percentage of allocation, do you have any particular cap when you buy a stock? Little more thoughts from your side, how you operate for the benefit of our viewers.
Yes, I'll just explain. See, first of all, I think there's a very sound and standard procedure, and over a period of time, I have only seen our rigor of the process improving. We have largely thought around how to build guardrails where we are able to reduce the risk. Equity is about risk management in a way. Identifying opportunity is part and parcel of our game, which we will do, and we will whatever it is required, we will use the resources, deploy resources to do that. But risk also is very important. So before I get on to that, let me explain the structure today.
Okay.
As a part of the equity research at DSP, we are almost like a 30-member team with the 30, okay. Which also includes the support staff dealing. But the core investment team, including the fund managers and the research analysts, we are around 20-member team today. Now, the important point is that the research analysts are split in terms of their sectoral strength. So, we have analysts who are covering the pharma sector, analysts who is covering the banking sector. Likewise, for every sector, we have a sectoral analyst. Now, these analysts have spent a good amount of time in the industry. They are all very well experienced in the industry. Generally, we like to go for experienced people as far as our research is concerned. And that's how we want to sort of identify good ideas coming out from those research analysts.
Nice.
As a part of the process, till the time the companies are not part of our research universe, they will not come in any of the funds. So none of the fund managers are allowed to buy companies which are not part of the research universe. So let's say if a fund manager has gone and met a company, he likes the company but not part of the research, maybe he can indicate it to the research analyst that please cover this company and give your views, opinion, and then it will become part and parcel of our research. So, and the research is, I think, a very fundamental process where we meet the management, we understand the business, we look at the history, we look at the prospects of the company, we see how the broader factors around the cash flows, the ROCs, the earnings growth, all these actually are looking like as compared to the other peers. And if you find merit, then that stock gets covered by the research analyst. Now, two important things which I want to mention out here is, this is one aspect of what companies we are covering. The other aspect is how do we cover the risk. Okay. Now here, again, very uniquely, we have a position of a forensic research analyst.
Forensic research analyst. Okay.
Yes, which we have actually set up in 2020, right in the midst of COVID. Okay. And we have a person who has been carrying out forensic research in his previous experience for almost like 10 years.
Okay.
And we felt that this is important because when we are dealing with all the companies and especially the small and mid caps, it is important to understand, are there any governance risk? Are there any accounting frauds which are brewing in those companies? Because we are not so much worried about the volatility of the company, but we are worried about a big capital loss around our company. So if we are able to eliminate some of the big capital loss, I think it's a job well done. So
the word forensic comes there.
So the word forensic comes there. And this guy actually does that kind of research. He has his also across the sectors. He has his own parameters. He looks at some 50 odd parameters.
50 odd parameters.
Many more, but 50 are the core parameters. He goes ahead and looks at some of the private sector businesses of the same promoter group. Those which are not public, they are available with, we have to source a document from ROCs and all of those.
Correct.
I mean, all publicly available document, but not easily available in the annual reports and all those. So all the documents are then sourced, and then if there is any gray areas which he is discovering through his research, he will dig deeper and try to come up with his views. And then when he finds that the situation is actually leading him to conclude that this is an area which one should not venture out, he marks that company as red in our forensic research, and then those companies we cannot buy. So I think that has helped us in a way where we are first hand, we are able to, let's say, eliminate companies. I want to also accept here that this is a very difficult area. Companies also keep finding out innovative ways to your own mind. So but we have to keep doing our job. So I think this is one way of eliminating the big risk. The other is that, as I told about this platform which we are building now, this has also come up quite well, by the way. ARQ, ask right question. So here actually we are building some again base rates proposition to give nudge to our analyst.
Okay.
So let's say if the analyst is covering a specific stock and he wants to recommend a buy, the software will say that in terms of the valuations, this is trading at the top decile of the valuation in its history. Are you still wanting to recommend this?
Okay.
What have you seen? So it's just a nudge. It's not that to deter the analyst, but to maybe make him aware that this is a situation, you're still okay. So this is how we are also creating data points there, suggesting that if in the past if this stock was bought at similar valuations in history, wherever it has traded at same multiple, has that created value versus the benchmark? So a lot of the data points are there. We can do a lot of the analytics around.
एक फैक्ट्री है अंदर से,
हाँ,
तो अलग फैक्ट्री है.
हाँ, तो वो खुद भी अपना एक एनालिटिक्स करेगा. आपके हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग करना है वो कर सकते हैं हम लोग. तो उससे क्या होता है कि बहुत एक वो रिसर्च में भी एक तरह से सपोर्ट आ जाता है कि यस वी हैव इन अ वे लुक्ड एट. सो आई थिंक दीज आर द गार्डरेल्स व्हिच वी आर क्रिएटिंग and allowing all these aspects to help build research, build qualitative research, come up with good recommendations, and that's how this whole process works.
And this, all these exercises, whatever you are doing, it has given you dividends.
Obviously, I mean, sometimes when I see companies which are failing and we don't own, those are the periods where we feel, and it was actually called out that these are the companies which you don't want to own, and we see those instances, we feel proud, good about it.